the inexplicable, unbelievable situation that we still don't have an answer on tickets to a game that's a month away. Let's talk about tonight's match: USA versus New Zealand.
New Zealand.
I was hoping for some sort of Flight of the Conchords mention or something during the match, but I didn't get that. But other than that, it was kind of crap.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give them credit. They played well as a team, and I think they had more of their first team than we did. Certainly, no kidding when you look at our team. But still, yeah, I mean, we were very disjointed. Very little combination play amongst almost anyone.
I mean, some of that's that we came out in a 4-3-3, which we don't do. So, and another part of that is that we had a bunch of guys who had never played together. So I think some of that's to be expected, but it's a little bit. I guess you could say it's a little bit concerning a month out from Mexico, but realistically, a lot of these guys are either going to be on the bench or not on the roster at all for that game. So,
yeah, I mean, definitely the guys who were sent home because in the end, I think at least a good, 15, maybe 18 spots are probably already taken. And I think it's just that last 5 to 8. So if there's something promising about tonight, it's certainly that the guys you wanted to see do something did something.
Julian.
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 He looked good with the ball. That was a nice shot. I mean, for the rest of that keeper saves, I would have thought he would have saved that one too. I mean, he got beat at the near post, but he definitely he was cheating left because he expected Julian was going to try to bend that to the far post and to take it to the near post. He certainly it was a good shot. It was low. It was hard. It was well placed. It probably was a little bit lucky, but hey, these things happen. Gooch looked good on the ball, and he definitely was making good crosses, so that's promising. Especially the chance to see more of kind of the kids, the next generation, the guys that we'll be counting on soon. That's promising to see. I mean, one of the biggest problems we've had is there's really nobody kind of just behind Michael Bradley, and Bradley's getting older now. I mean, he's probably if he's around for the next World Cup, well, 2022 anyway. I assume he's going to be playing like defense or something. I doubt it. I mean, it's not like he was a speed demon at any point. I don't think he's going to have the speed to continue to play as a midfielder. So we definitely need some young bloomers, so to speak. I mean, we've got enough late bloomers, to see Sasha back at this point. We've got guys who are older and finally fulfilling their potential. You want to see somebody young come through. Certainly Pulisic seems to be the real deal, but it's nice to see that he's not our only one. In that regard, I suppose, to get a little bit off topic of tonight, that is promising in that, one of the big problems was when we're talking over and over about him, that he put Pulisic, I mean, that he's the last great hope or something, the next great hope. The problem with like Freddie Adu when he was that point, there was nobody else to look at, so he got all the attention. Mm-hmm. We have other guys now, so maybe that's promising, and that was nice to see. Ultimately, the result tonight, it's always disappointing to see games you could have won, or see games that you didn't try to really win against an opponent that you should have beaten. But I don't know. It's a friendly. We got kind of what we wanted out of it, so it is what it is, I guess.
Let's talk about Josie for a second, because for part of the match, I was thinking, Josie's been playing great for Toronto, and he looks thinner, which makes him look a little quicker out there. But there were other points of the match where I thought, he was just dragging ass and not getting to where he needed to be. And maybe some of that's just that he was bored playing in friendly against New Zealand, but that's not something I like to see going into Mexico. So I wonder who gets the start in the forward type positions, depending on what Jurgen wants to do there. But I mean, is Josie a lock at this point? We know Clint's out of the mix because of his heart condition, so I think that makes him more of a lock. And obviously, Bobby Wood's playing quite well. But what do you make of Josie?
I think Josie's a lock. I think realistically, there's just really nobody else that Klinsmann wants to put in that position. Personally, I might be more willing to go Bobby Wood. I think you got to probably put Wood and Josie together, even if they're sort of similar players.
Right.
The big problem tonight, I think you kind of saw why Josie flamed out in the EPL tonight. When you look at Chris Wood, they're literally their number 9, but basically we were kind of playing the same way in that we had sort of a lone striker that we were trying to play off of. He was holding the ball up and making good passes, especially through the first half. Josie's first touch was too much like what we know of Josie, and his passes, some of them that he was even completing, were like just deflecting off someone from New Zealand. It wasn't like they were good passes. He got lucky.
And his defense on the corner there where they scored on us was lacking. He kind of just stabbed at the ball and let that be.
Yeah.
It was like he didn't even realize, hey, maybe I should do something, and it was too late at that point.
Yeah.
It wasn't all on him.
Yeah.
Right? I think Beasler got
that,
but still.
But Josie was the closest guy at that point, and in the 6-yard box, you don't worry about to mark someone. You just worry about getting the ball the hell out of there. And yeah, in that regard, he didn't. He didn't. I don't know. Do what you want there. I still wonder a little bit if there's not some element of these guys aren't trying that hard, because the ones, especially the ones who are going to be there next month, no, I don't want to get hurt now. Like you take an injury now, you're probably out.
And for a guy like Josie, it's a combination of you're going to be there in Columbus, and you're going into the playoffs in MLS, hoping to finally do something for Toronto. So it's kind of a two-pronged thing there. But we had a chance to win it at the end. Big chances to win it at the end. There was the Danny Williams strike, and then the Michael Bradley left-footed volley, which was just ridiculously awesome. If not for that save by the New Zealand keeper, we actually do win this game. So that was nice to see right at the end. But I would hope that against a team that's ranked 80-something in the world that we would have shown a little more. But this is what we do sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was even going to say, like, Danny Williams, it was kind of like what we know of Danny Williams. He's not consistent enough that you can truly trust him and believe in him, but at the same time, he suddenly shows these moments where he picks up a ball because 65-yard run, gets a shot, it deflects back from the keeper on a save, and he almost gets the rebound and scores. That stuff that is certainly, marginal guys 10 years ago couldn't do. So it's why he is equal parts blessing and curse. I mean, maybe that's too strong. But I don't know. I can't quite trust him enough to go, oh yeah, no, he should be out there. But at the same time, he also does things that make it look like he really can play, and maybe he should be given more chances. So I don't know. That was one. Like I said, Gooch looked good. Julian certainly showed some good things on the ball. That was all stuff you wanted to see, and that's kind of, I mean, in the end, that's what these games are for. I would say anyone who's going to end up playing next month, short of a number of dramatic injuries, anyone who's truly going to play next month is pretty much decided. I mean, we've got probably at least, I'd say 15. I mean, beyond our starting 11, we've got the guys. We know who's going to be there. We know who's going to be playing, even if we don't necessarily know where they might play, or in a few instances which one of them might play. We know at least roundabout who the team's going to be. So the bright spot, I guess, is to say that, yeah, at least we saw something tonight that you can hopefully draw from in the future, or you saw potential for the future anyway.
All right, so I'm checking Twitter. I'm checking the AO Ticks Weight hashtag.
Yeah, I keep checking. I keep looking down at my phone here while we're talking, just to see it, refreshing my email.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So it's 10:05 Central, 11:05 on the East Coast. Is this happening tonight?
Coming up on 24 hours.
It's still technically Tuesday, but like somebody pointed out on Twitter, we don't know which Tuesday they were talking about.
Yeah, that made me laugh.
One of the things I was speculating, and this does not defend the poor communication from U.S. Soccer on this, which, they talked about it one time. It was last night at midnight. They said it would be Tuesday when it already was Tuesday in a part of the country, and nothing has been said about it since. This doesn't excuse that, but I was speculating as to why this might be going on. And a lot of us were thinking it could be a ticket allocation issue. But then I thought there were temporary seats there in 2013. And they said this time around that the stadium would hold 23,500, but I think it held 25,000 or maybe a little bit more than that.
It was pretty close to 25, I think. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's what's going on here. Maybe they don't have a clear idea of how many seats they actually have to sell, and they're waiting on whether it be Maffrey Stadium or maybe the city of Columbus needs to sign off on the construction plan or whatever it may be. Maybe they're waiting on something like that before they send out the email that says, you either got tickets or you didn't, because there's going to be 1,500, maybe 2,000 people who maybe they would tell no to that actually did get tickets. So that would be a legit reason to hold off on this. But if that's the case, say so. Say something.
Yeah,
actually communicate. Don't just say, it's out of our control, Tuesday. Yeah,
you got to make a statement. You got to say something. I mean, there are too many people depending on you, and too many people who are, anxious and just want something. I mean, I think there are a lot of people who'd be satisfied if they got the no. At least they'd know. Like, okay, I didn't get tickets. I mean, even me, like, I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be pissed off if I don't get tickets. But at least I'll know what I can do next, because I'll know the other people who got tickets who don't need them or whatever. I'll be out checking and things. Right now, I don't know. Should I be harassing someone like my friends, going like, guys, you got any? If you get any extras, like, you're gonna hook me up, right? Should I be doing that? Like, should I be? Every second I'm not looking at my phone, is that the second the message is coming in? So yeah, you got to say something. I mean, I think we've earned that much. I think we just, as supporters, we deserve to know. I think we've earned the right, and I think it's just kind of the decent thing. And I get, soccer has small staffs. I mean, they don't have a lot of people working for them, but coordinate some communications, say something, give us something to go on, even if it's to say, look, there are issues with seating at the stadium, and we can't. Oh, there goes my jersey. We can't.
Lucero jersey.
Yeah. We can't, we can't give tickets until we know for sure. We're still working on the allocation or whatever it might be. Just give us something, and at least you'd be helping. At least you wouldn't seem like part of the problem.
Yeah, it's let's see. Let me check the old Twitter here, and nothing. No.
Yeah, no. Nothing
We're
lucky,
though. We're lucky because we're coming from Milwaukee and Chicago, so it's not that far to get to Columbus. It's not really a big deal. It's a quick drive and then a cheap hotel room. There's people coming from all over the country. Like, what about all the fans in California or Washington State or Oregon who have to fly to this thing? What do you do? I mean, do you book tickets and then just hope for the best and try to get in? You have a lot of people.
I certainly know a lot of people who booked hotel rooms, and now I'm curious. I kind of wonder, because hotel rooms rates were so much higher when we booked now. I kind of wonder if, tomorrow or, you know, whenever the hell the tickets come out, if the next day, like, there'll suddenly be a glut of hotel rooms that have opened up, and all these people are like, I'm not going now.
Could be the case. You know. Well, we covered it.
Suddenly,
anything else we want to talk about with this thing?
I don't think so. I mean, God, I'm sitting here refreshing my email over and over and over. Nothing. I won't keep rehashing that they should have done a better job with this. Should have said something. Should have given us something. So yeah, good luck to everyone. Most luck to me. Us.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. Just not as good of luck.
Yeah,
not as good luck as to us, but we'll get in one way or another. I mean,
yeah.
Hopefully. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll do this again soon. See ya.